You are clearly here for a nostalgia trip, or you want to see your favorite kingdom sets ranked. So let's get started now, but before I start, I'm not including poly bags or the minifigure packs. So starting off at number 10 is the Prison Carriage Rescue. By no means is this a bad set, it's just the least interesting of the sets. It does come with 3 minifigures and you do get a great horse piece, but the build itself is very boring. We've seen a better prison carriage in other castle themes. Simply to me, this is more of a battle pack than a build set. And for playability, it does its job. It lives up to the name of the set. Number 9 is a Knight's Showdown. I know it's unfair that I'm putting the smaller sets at the bottom, but if your mom came to you and said, "Do you want this big set, honey? Or do you want the small set?" You're gonna say the big set. The Knight's Showdown is better than the Prison Carriage because it has a play feature. Even though it's small, it gets the job done. The Lion's Knights get a small catapult, while the Dragon's Knights get a sword stand. I believe the minifigure selection is slightly better, but I wish that Lion Knight had a chest armor piece. Number 8, Escape from the Dragon's Prison. Now I know it's a sin putting this set so low in the list, but the minifigure doesn't make up for the build. And that minifigure is this highly desired Dragon's Knight on horseback. The combo is worth nearly $150 to $200, which is a lot of money, and it makes up the majority of the value of this set. The build is very boring. There's 2 interior spaces, a jail cell, and a room to hold the gem. When you open up the gates, the guy on horseback can't even get through. This build includes 2 mediocre play features. The Lion Knights have a carriage with a flick fire missile, yay, and the gatehouse has a small catapult. The number of minifigures and the small play features allows for a little skirmish to happen, which can be pretty fun. Number 7, Outpost Attack. All around is a very decent set. You get 2 builds, a tower and a catapult. The tower is simple yet displayable. The catapult is large and has great range. There's a fun play feature on the tower where you use the catapult to launch at the window piece on the front side of the tower. The designs for both builds are done well, and I really like the sticker piece with the vinage on each side of the tower. At number 6, we have the Blacksmith Attack. What I most appreciate about this build is that it goes beyond the confines of the conflict between the Dragon Knights and the Lion Knights. Even working class individuals are not safe in the Dragon Knights. Blacksmith includes a lot of great accessories, a forge, and a fun play feature. Turning the water wheel causes the hammer to move up and down, slamming on any equipment you have attached to the anvil. I had this set as a little kid and I absolutely love playing with that wheel. We're at the halfway point of this list, and number 5, we have the Prison Tower Rescue. This build does very well looking big for only having 365 pieces. What sells me on this set is the design of it. I really love the black and brown all throughout the set, and I love the use of the gold and green on the flag posts and the shields. There are several fun play features, first being the gate that rises up. We have a cauldron filled with hot burning lava that you can use to pour on your enemies. We have another catapult, and there's a little area where you can lift up a ladder and there's a stairwell. There's great interior space on the back of the build, and there's some great minifigures included with a knight on horseback and our princess minifigure. And number 4, and well deserving, is the King's Carriage Ambush. This is a great improvement from the King's Battle Carriage from 2009 from the LEGO Castle theme. What immediately draws me into this set is the design of the carriage with that white, the gold, and the red. Oh my god, it just looks so good. It's on some Disney level stuff. There's an inclusion of 2 trees to give the illusion of a forest, and the forest acts as a stronghold for the Dragon Knights. One tree has a giant sledgehammer used to attack the carriage, and maybe for some of you low on or sickos to kill the horses, and the other tree has a nice spiderweb tree with a flick fire missile. There's a lot of fun to be had with this set, and which is why it's so high up on my list. And number 3 is the King's Castle. The design of the castle makes up for the lack of play features. I like how there's a use of vines growing up on the sides of the towers. All towers on this castle are really well designed. I especially like the tower on the far right with that tall red roof. I'm just a big fan of the red and gold color scheme on the castle. The play features include a gate that rises up, we have a catapult in the back and front, and we have a drawbridge also in the front of the gate. The last 2 sets are in their own league, and I bet you agree too. And number 2, we have the Kingdom's Joust. LEGO amped it up in the design quality of this set. There's so many different colors on this set that's so overwhelming. The tower bridge in the back utilizes a lot of brown, grays, and red. The 2 side build attachments to the tower add a little bit of a character to the build, and separate from that, there's a big jousting arena. The stand where the king and queen sit is just elegant. And did you notice they use the Black Falcon soldier instead of a Dragon's Knight soldier? The interior space on the towers is lacking, but that's okay. This set has a lot to offer, and is why it's so high on my list, and why it's probably one of the best LEGO Castle sets out there. And lastly, at number 1, we have the Mill Village Raid. There's a lot of things this set offers to the LEGO Kingdoms line. First off, it has nothing to do with castles. It just adds to the whole universe of the LEGO Kingdoms line. It shows that these Dragon Knights are a huge threat as they're willing to go after peasants. The barn and the windmill designs are so quirky and I love it. The interior of the barn has a stable, there's a ladder to get to the top floor of the barn, and there's hay bales on the top where you can store. There's a neat play feature where you can raise and lower a bucket using a piece of rope. The windmill tower is a cool play feature where you can pull this crank which allows the windmills to rotate. There are a lot of animals and accessories included with this set, including carriage, there's pigs, goats, chickens, wow, just a lot of stuff. I hope future castle lines add sets similar to this. Kingdoms had a lot to offer for its short tenure. It had a lot of excellent builds and play features and included a great faction, the Dragon Knights, which is now a fan favorite. Leave a comment below if you enjoyed my list, what you agree about it, or what you disagree. I hope I left your minds filled with nostalgia and wanting castle back. Goodbye.